Hi everybody, we are going to be making this really simple little easy cat toy. Having two little cats around the house while I'm crocheting, it's always a fight for them to get at my yarn and all of that. So I decided, and I have a little kitten who has a habit, or his favorite toy are my hair bands. And so that gave me the idea to make a really light round little toy that he can toss up in the air and play with. So that's where that idea came from, and it's working out great. He just totally loves it. You can add your own little beads or whatever. What you need is this plastic ring that you can get in Michael's or anywhere that sells knitting or crochet stuff, and this really simple cheap craft cotton, and you need a really tiny hook so that you can insert or pass through a bead. Actually, this bead doesn't work. I do have a bunch of beads here that I'm working with. This one, it actually works. It's really nice and big, so I'll be using that one. And I don't think I'm going to be putting a lot of beads on this thing, but just these are all the tools that you need. So I'm just going to put this on pause for a second and give my cat back his toy so that he'll leave me alone. I'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing what we need to do is grab your larger hook and our plastic circle here, a ring, and you're wanting, leave a fairly long tail so that you can work with it in the end or close this project off well. So pull the thread through, and with the working thread, create a single stitch and grab both the end and the working thread and work in a few single crochets just to make it nice and secure, because this toy is going to go through the ringer with these little cat claws and teeth. And don't mind the noise in the background. That is my cat trying to make his way into the kitchen. He's locked out while I make this video. Okay, so I made two single crochets with the end tail, so I'm just going to leave that. So I'm just going to continue on and do single crochets around this ring. Super easy, nothing major going on here. And so where I'm going to add the second bead, or the first bead, I'm going to maybe chain 3, and then I will take my smaller hook and I will put it through the bead, and I'm going to hook the yarn through the bead, and I'll let it bring it out a bit. Switch back over to my larger hook and work around that and do a chain. And what you're wanting to do is to go back here and slip stitch into this chain, because we're wanting to go back to the ring. So just slip stitch. So we just want this to be like a dangly kind of thingy, so that it creates a sound or a noise when he plays with this little toy. And it is a cat toy, so it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Okay, so now we're going to continue on and do single crochets around this ring. And I am going to continue on. I'm going to pause this video a little bit and work a little bit more around the ring, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I've gone ahead and created some single stitches, I'm going to want to chain 20 or so. You can do whatever amount you want. It doesn't have to be exact. I mean, this is just to create little danglies to catch the kitty's attention. And I'm not even bother counting. I'm just doing whatever. And then I'm just going to go back and slip stitch them all. I'm just going to slip stitch on my way back. With this idea is, this would be a great method or technique also to make headbands for yourself or for your daughter. And I'm going to try that next. Okay, I'm going to go on around the ring again, do some more single crochets. And I made sure that I really squish it together because I don't want it loose. Okay, so as you can see, I created another little stringy thing. I'm going to make another one and I'm going to put a bead on the end of it, which should create a lot of little noise as it bangs around on the floor when he tosses it into the air. I'm going to make it fairly long actually. That's good. Get my small bead, stick that in there, pull the thread through. Okay, I'm going to go back down again, slip stitch everything up. As you can see, this is like super easy. It took me like, to make the original one, not even 10 minutes. And the only reason why this one is taking a little bit longer is because I'm recording it all. But no more buying $5 cat toys, considering that this little ring, making them myself only cost me like maybe 30 cents, if that. Especially when they disappear after the first day. And just squish this up. Squish it together. And once again, I'm going to pause it. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of this ring. I think maybe just a couple more slip stitches how to do it, and then I'll just show you how to finish it off. Just a couple more slip stitches here, or pardon me, single stitches. Okay, so find the beginning of your work and just go ahead and slip stitch it. And cut it first, and give yourself a fairly long tail because you're going to use it to dangle this toy when you play with the cat. So slip it through. First one, and to make it really secure, because like I said, this sucker is going to be mauled upon. I'm going to make sure it's nice and tight. Or nice and secure. More thumbs today. One more. Okay, I'm just gonna slip the end a couple times. Oops, this is the wrong card. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side a few times, but we're not going to cut the other end there. Okay, we can cut this little end here. And this one, again, oops, I'm going to do the same thing a little bit, a couple times through, just to make it more secure. Okay, let's slip stitch this. There, I think we have it. And there you go, our little toy. And I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and this is definitely a project for beginner crocheters. Super easy, all you're doing is slip stitches and single crochets. Okay.
You ready to play with it? Yeah. Go ahead and show us how it's done. Come on. Yeah.